Hey crew, Joe Hubbard here, and welcome to episode 6 of Rants and Raves, the place where everything's music-centric. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you're digging the content in this vlog, please press the like button below. During performance stress, there are literally hundreds of measurable changes going on once the sympathetic nervous system kicks in. One of the main chemicals that's dumped throughout your body is called adrenaline. Adrenaline can be both your enemy and your friend. It can help you to be more focused and strong, but depending upon how you react to it, it could also make you feel a bit shaky and scared. When it comes to adrenaline, perception is everything. This is more commonly known as the fight or flight syndrome. But to be honest, this model should really include a third F, which stands for freeze. The outcomes of this phenomenon can be varied, which is a direct result on how you perceive that adrenaline rush once it hits your body full on. For instance, if you understand this feeling as your friend, you could use it to your benefit, giving you a little edge and some much needed energy to your performance. Or conversely, you could allow the initial uneasy feeling to take over your body and ruin your performance. A worst case scenario is a condition called transmarginal inhibition, where you could experience a complete paralysis where it feels as though you can't move, along with sudden blocks of memory. Understanding that this feeling can strengthen your performance can really help you go for it and tap into those creative forces. It's also got to be said that the more prepared you are with your basic skill sets, the more you'll be able to harness the positive effects of adrenaline and make it work to your benefit. The main thing here is not to get caught up with those pre-performance butterflies, because everybody experiences them. The difference is what you do with them once you get that feeling. So let's talk about some preventative measures that can help prepare you. There's an old saying that goes, in times of stress, you will never simply rise to the occasion, but only ever fall to your own level of training. Okay, this couldn't be more true. This is why adopting the concept of overkill in your practice regime will always mean that even if you don't have a great performance, it will still be an acceptable standard to live by. Practice and performance are two completely different things, and many people actually get this wrong. Practice is the process where you're thinking, and thinking deeply. You're investigating, you're evaluating, you're analyzing all the time. Performance is where you're simply observing where you are in that specific moment in time. That's a performance where you're in the here and now. The problem is if you start overthinking what you do in your performance, you're going to sound like you're practicing while you're doing the gig. You see, many musicians get bored practicing and then end up turning their minds off. As a result, they're really just kind of wiggling their fingers. Then that same guy then ends up on a gig like a week later, and at the first point of unfamiliarity, he's going to start overthinking everything because he actually wasn't thinking when he was practicing. This is a key issue here that really needs to be remembered. So with that in mind, the idea here is to practice simulating the performance by not thinking. Just play. Be sure to record or videotape what you do so you can critique your performance a few days later. Here's a technique that I borrowed from my martial arts training that's really effective. Before you start, do 100 jumping jacks, 50 push-ups, and 50 sit-ups. Really trying to get the heart rate up here. Then strap on your bass and begin the performance. After simulating your performance with an increased heart rate like this, really gets you used to performing under these conditions. Another good thing to get into is breathing exercises where your stomach expands as you inhale and contracts as you exhale. These are excellent to help you relax and focus when your heart starts pumping. Contrary to popular belief, performance is the fun part of being a musician, not practicing. Again, another concept turned upside down in music education. I'm often surprised at just how many musicians I meet are actually scared to perform. I mean, if you were a soldier in a war zone, you'd have something to be scared about, right? Imagine how those guys would react if someone told them that musicians back home were scared to get up on stage and perform the music they loved. Until next time, practice smart, work hard, and play creatively.